Alright guys, I got a 2.0 Accord 2018 head gasket issue. I haven't really seen any videos on this, but I'm gonna start on it. I'm gonna remove the battery, the intake, the tubing and all that. And I think I might leave or remove the intake manifold, pull all the accessories off, and kind of do it step by step. And then I'm gonna take this out for some room. The motor mount. I'm sure there's a rear mount, front mount, transmission mount, so it should be fine. If not, I put a jack stand or a block underneath. But yeah, let's get to it because I haven't really seen this online, on YouTube or anything. All right, so far, remove the ground, battery, removing the intake, taking this complete, watching some young static, and yeah, let's get it. Okay, so remove this, put it to the side, take it off the valve cover, just move it to the side. This won't be in the way. I'm gonna remove all these connectors, vacuum lines, and all that off the intake manifold because the bolts are relatively easy to access. It's literally, I don't know if you see one, and then some up top, like right there up top, then the bottom again. I unplugged this sensor here, which is probably a cam sensor or something. The vacuum hose that goes from this line to the intake, or to this intake. Took out the reservoir. So what I'm trying to do is, I'm gonna try to remove this. There's two tens. There's one there, and then the other one is hard to see. Somewhere, you can't see it on camera. But it's on the opposite side, obviously. So I'm gonna try to take this harness off, two 10 millimeters. Right there. Remove that, push it to the side as best I can. Probably remove this vacuum line as well, the center one. Move this harness to the side, remove the bolts. I already unbolted this up here. The O2 sensor I unplugged. The bracket that holds it from here to here. Yeah, then I guess I'll unbolt the turbo, then I'll work on this, then I'll work on the manifold. I got my 1/4 inch ratchet drive, battery impact, magnetic tip or socket, so the bolts don't, fall. Boom, easy as that. Placing pretty much everything right here. My little area. All right, so far, I unplugged basically most of the harness from all the connectors that I could. Like this side, swung it over. I have to go get an O2 sensor tool, I don't have it. Thought I had it. Most of the connections in the back, just so I can have some room, so I can move so the harness has a little bit of place, so when I remove the intake manifold, I took this pipe out already. I'm about to remove this vacuum hose, this bracket. I'm gonna remove this intake pipe. I'm gonna remove this here to make it more easier for me to remove the manifold. I took the bracket off to the fuel line. I'm about to remove the fuel line, the vacuum line, one of the vacuum lines. Pain in the butt. What else? I removed the bracket here that holds the throttle body connector and the air sensor and whatnot. Well, yeah, it's not that bad. I removed the power wire from the harness so I can swing it over, right, so I can have that much room. But yeah, we'll see what's next. All right, so I separated this bracket off of the intake pipe. 5 bolts, including the screw that's in the back that holds onto the coolant lines. Goes through there. This goes on the back side or the front side of it. And I just like room, so that's why I removed it. So yeah. I also took off this front panel off, so I got some clearance or whatnot. I just like having some room. But I'm gonna remove this here, this section off the head. Let me see. I'm about to remove this first, actually. That. Then I'll drain the coolant from the radiator. block these off, these hoses, probably from back here. Remove it from here or here. Actually, wait. Actually, I could just remove the whole assembly to housing. So I'll remove these here, this here, and bolt that whole housing out the way. This hose here, the hose in the back. Yeah, it's like a coolant bypass. So and then I'll just put this on the side. Yeah, and then I'll take the fuel line off. All right, cool. So when that's all removed, I'm gonna start taking the valve cover off. I'm gonna have to raise the car up. I didn't see a motor mount in the front, like I said earlier. So I'm gonna raise the car up, put on jack stands, and remove that front right wheel. Remove that mount, suspend it somehow. Maybe put a jack stand in the wood, or a block of wood, or whatever I need, the clearance I need, and start removing the timing cover. All right, so I swung back the harness. I've removed the bracket that holds the two grounds that are down there. There's one here and another one down here. I just unbolted them off the block or the head. I can't tell where the head is now. The head. Yeah, the head. I removed them off the head, and then the bracket that holds the harness onto the head, I removed that too. So I was able to swing this. I just brake cleaned this back here. I'm gonna clean that manifold real good. These vacuum lines and all that, I just removed it from where it's positioned. I just took this off from here, this vacuum hose from the top of the manifold, and just swung it across. That way I don't have to mark where each line goes. So it's easier for just me to swing it back. I bolted it from the little bracket right there, that one bolt and that second bolt, 1 and 2, 10 mil. Swing it across, and then I gotta remove this here. And then what I'm gonna do on this side, drain the coolant, try to remove this as a whole assembly this way. Try to get to try to remove that stud that's down there. So it's a bolt that goes to the cylinder head. I believe it's 1, 2, 1, 2 down there, and then 3, and then the 4th one is right there. That comes off, so I'm gonna try to put a nut and a nut on this. Oh, God, man, it's so tight. That stud, 2 nuts, remove that whole stud, and then yeah, line everything back up and then just put it back in with the stud. So I don't have to pull this out completely. I could just, the stud will be removed from the head, so I don't have to remove this water pipe. So the head could just shimmy out basically straight up. So what I'm doing is basically just getting everything off the manifold, the head or the valve cover, anything around the top of the cylinder head. I've just pushed around, just to make myself have some clearance. The throttle body is removed, as you can see. So yeah, I'll put a glove for the compressor. This will be pushed back, or just unbolted, because I'm gonna shift it up over, just kind of shimmy it up slowly. So all I want to do is just bring it up like that, shimmy it up, have everything on the sides. Don't worry about nothing else. I do gotta remove this assembly, this line, and then remove the manifold. So the manifold, exhaust, this assembly here, just to have some clearance, some room, then the water housing. I'll do that. I still gotta raise it so I can drain the coolant. Then I'll be able to remove this side here, the motor mount, the belt, and I'll have access to what I need. Removing the valve cover and the timing cover. And then remove the head. Okay, I removed the intake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolt is back here. That's removed. So that's what it looks like. Now I gotta figure out this injector situation here. I took off the protector that I had. I unplugged them already. I gotta find my mirror so I can look down there. But yeah, that's it. So nothing is on it here other than the injectors, I think. The turbo, coolant housing, and fuel system over here. So no harness is on it. Yeah, so it's not bad. It's not too bad. I just unplugged the harness. Whatever it was attached to, however it was attached to the engine, is how I unplugged it. Now, don't be scared. You know, once you lay it down, all the connectors basically go back to where they belong. You don't really have to mark anything. Like everything's just kind of flopped over. All right, I know it's not like I did. I recorded this whole thing, but it's in parts. So basically, I flopped over the harness. I've removed anything that was attached to the engine, to the cylinder head, anything that was in the way. That's it. But yeah. Okay. Got the injectors out right there. Got the T-bone mount. Is it T-bone? Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Then the other part of the mount that sits on top. 17 mil, 1919, and I believe that's a 19 as well. 19, 19, 19, 17. I'm gonna remove this. There's a lower mount down there, the transmission mount. Let's see what happens. Okay, I removed the valve cover. Look at that, it's a little small seal. The pump, draining the coolant now. I get that mount off. I took the tube bracket off. It's jacked up a bit, but manifold's off, harness is off. Removing this here so I can get access here into that one bolt right there. Right there. So you can see all the bolts there now. So I don't even have to take the valve train off. But I'm gonna clean up the engine real good. It's almost like a regular K20c1 in a sense. VTEC on one side. But yeah, I'll be cleaning all this up. I'll cover. So it's fine that it's up and down, but I'm still working on this and go from there. So recap: harness out the way, manifold out the way, throttle body to the side, vacuum lines to the side. Yeah, pretty much. Ground on this side, the 2 grounds on this side. Vacuum lines from the car, the fuel line. Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty simple. Just a lot. It's tedious because it's, you know, it's not like an older. Well, I mean, there's a lot more room in this car, and everything's kind of, the manifold's pretty small. That's pretty neat. The fuel line, the fuel row goes on the head. I don't even think I had to remove that, to be honest. But like I said, I'm going off of, I've never done this. I'm just from my experience on cars, and pretty much. At the end, I'll show you the tools that I used. You can go to Harbor Freight and pick up some of these tools. I got the impact just for the mount. I haven't used impact on anything else, but the bolts over there. D-wall. But yeah. Okay. So the fuel pump pressure, mounting, housing and whatnot. I removed the 4 bolts, the 12s and the 10s. The plunger had to come out for the cam that runs the pump, or what it runs off of. The housing completely came off right here. So yeah, so now I have access to that 1 bolt here. Yep. So it's not that bad. Okay, so what I did now, so instead of removing the stud because it was too short for me to put 2 nuts on it, I just moved it out the way. unbolted it, moved it out the way. So now you see I got the clearance there. So now this is next. What I'm gonna do here is just unbolt it from the cylinder head, jack the car up a little bit higher, remove that side mount, obviously support the engine, remove the serpentine belt, and remove the timing cover. There's some timing marks, like I think on a camshaft, you put up anything that'll fit through here, through the camshaft, time that up, put it at top dead center. There's some markings on there, but I gotta look. This, you can see it's kind of tight, but the only thing that's in the way is this here. I've removed this, the line, the bolt that holds it, the support. This is the ground, so once I remove this mount, I have all that access. But yeah, I'll continue in a bit. Then I gotta clean all this up, man. It looks messy as heck. Okay. Mount, bracket, T-bump. That's off. Next step is the post mount, serpentine belt. Looks like I gotta remove the VTEC solenoid assembly. And then the crank pulley bolt, which I have an impact section. An immaculate thing. Takes them out like nothing. From like 2017. Things old, never been rebuilt. Yeah, cool. Alright, post mount off. 4 14mm bolts. This was being held by 2 17mm bolts. That's where I'm at right now. That's what it looks like. That's the clearance I have, which is okay. Now I'm gonna be removing the serpentine belt. Then hitting the crank pulley, remove that. Get the keyway out. It looks like I need a new belt. It's cracked. So yeah, and I'll remove this before I go get the O2 sensor socket. So the only thing I gotta do is remove the turbo, timing cover. I'll probably remove this first. Yeah. If they're close to it, because it's 4th of July, I'm gonna go tomorrow and get it. That don't matter to me, but this head's coming out today. I'm gonna clean it up real good, clean up the block, probably mount it in, put the chain on it, then all the accessories. I gotta get some silicone as well. But yeah, so just remember, silicone will go here, here, right here, all right, around here, and on the opposite side, right there as well. But yeah, and obviously the timing cover. And we'll take a look at the gaskets in there too. I didn't get a crank seal. It doesn't look like it's leaking or anything. So I might just pick one up anyway since I'm going to the store. But yeah, I'll be back. All right, gotta remove the idler. This idler with bracket and a little hydraulic tensioner. I gotta come off. I'm gonna remove this here, the solenoid, and I'm gonna hit the crank pulley. I probably just, and this here. Don't forget about this. It's like the older K series. Okay, remove the tensioner. 12 at the bottom, 14 up top. That's what it looks like now. Solenoid's next. BTC is off. Yep. It's going. Alright. Impact didn't break it loose. I had to add some heat. I'm gonna heat it up for a few minutes. And hit it again with the impact. By the way, pulley's still on. Still working on it. Been like 20 minutes. All right, little recap what I'm using. 14 long wrench. You can get a gear wrench, this is a Matco. 17 gear wrench, you get one from Gear Wrench. This is a Matco. 19. This was for the tensioner. Anything else? Oh no, this was one of those for the tensioner, I can't recall. I think it was 17. Anyways, 3/8 ratchet, long handle quarter. Clamp tool, you could probably get this at Harbor Freight. This is Mako plier, needle nose plier. I got this here as well. Channel lock, not channel lock, whatever this is called actually. 3/8 6-inch or something like that. Yep. 14 short socket, 14 long, 10 magnetic long, quarter drive. This is 3/8. This is a short 10 quarter, a deep 10 3/8, deep 12 3/8, 6 point, 6 Allen hex H6 whatnot. I don't know if I got this in the video. Yeah, 12 10, right? Got a swivel of 12 for the intake. Got the compressor. This is a 1/2 inch, 3-inch, 8. I use that for the fuse box and the clamps around the intake piping. 3-inch 3/8 drive extension. Clip removal tool. Got a pick, Mako. Oh, this is Mako. Quarter drive ratchet. You can use any brand you want. This is a DeWalt that I got. I got a Mako one too, but I'm using the DeWalt. 17 1/2 inch for like the mounts and stuff like that. 19 inch deep socket as well, both 1/2 inch drive. I got the impact. You could use hand tools, just a ratchet. But yeah, that's what I'm using. Also a 12 wrench. Can't forget that. And the clamps for the hoses to block them off. To help a little. Yeah. Alright. So took the timing cover off. Shoot. Just put a top dead center. Got these Allen 5 on here. Boom. Boom. I'm about to take off the tensioner. Let's see if I can do this. I'll clean up all that up. Timing mark is that little triangle. Jesus. Wow. That triangle right there. Hold on, let me start this video again. Alright, timing mark. That little triangle with the one on that triangle right there in the center of the screen, in a sense. And there's another triangle kind of pointing to it. That's on the sprocket. There's so much lighting reflection. It's literally at the top right. There, the little triangle right here. That's lined up with the other. So now I'm gonna just push back on this tensioner and pin it. Oh, there's a pin I can put a pin through right there. As you can see. I don't know if that's even good. Shit. But yeah. Time covers off. Remove the left side. Oh, I removed the tensioner. Left side guide, timing guide. About to remove the right side timing guide. This is H5 or 5, Allen 5, size 5. This is a 10 mil. Once I remove that, I gotta go get the L2 sensor out. What's it called? Socket. And then I'm able to release this. I try to put the tools in there, but they moved a little. I'm trying to get my son to come and help me, just to kind of align this here. And I blocked the pan. Oh, because I might have to clean this area up and hit it with some brake clean and all that, and a rag, and scrape it all off with the razor blade. But overall, other than that, it's good. It's going good. Also, alright, so VTEX Illinois goes right here. gotta get a gasket for that. It goes right there. There's a bolt that's under the old pressure, well, basically the bolt right here that you can't access. So I had to remove the cylinder for that reason. So you got 1, 2, 3. All right, so here's the VTEC solenoid. This is where it sits. I'll look through the camera. There's a bolt that's right here that I cannot access without removing this. Until I remove this. There's a bolt here. 1, 2. Right. There's one that went there. 1. That's not even good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then, you know, these go through 13. And there's one right here that's kind of hidden. Usually on the other cases, I leave it right here. But that's the removing timing cover. I gotta go get the gaskets for the inside. That gasket there, and the one that's down there, which is right there. And I'm gonna get a crank suit. But yeah, so it's fun. It's not too bad. I cleaned up just a little bit. Yeah, it's not that bad. Like I thought it'd be. I'll probably clean up that throttle body too. Yep. It's a daily, so I gotta get it done within this weekend. All right, head is out. I cleaned up the cylinders. Used copper spray. OE head gasket. Cleaned up the head a little. This is the old head gasket. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I loosened up that bolt that goes behind the little plate for the turbo. I took the studs out. Put some bolt instead. I'll probably thread one stud back in, but that's how. And I pushed the turbo back a little. Then yeah, that's about it. Now I gotta blow out the bolt holes with some air, with the air compressor and paper towel. Get all the oil out while this dries. And then I'm gonna throw the cylinder head back in and clean up the head stuff. Get it on dry. I have to take a look for reassembly. Okay. Fuel rail is installed with injectors. I'm about to torque them down. 9 pounds, all the way across. Start from the center and out. And a torque wrench. Okay, cylinder head's back in. Torque's back. It says when I'm reusing the old head studs, 30 or it's 40. 30 foot-pounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I believe that's what it is. And then it's 80 degree, 3 80-degree turns. But yeah, so I shifted this turbo this way. The dowel pin's in place. Cylinder heads is in place. Injectors are in place. So I'm about to torque this thing down. All right, so I'm done torquing them down. Now I'm doing the angle. I'm gonna go ahead and double check, but I believe it's 80. 3 times. Okay, put the housing back on. There's a sensor that goes here, which I gotta thread the bolt in first. 18 pounds, 9 pounds. 10 mil, 9 pounds. 12 mil, 18 pounds. And then I'm gonna throw on the pressure regulator pump thingy. And then the sensor, then the line, then bolt everything back up. And do this. After I tighten that up, throw the manifold on after the line's in place. And then the turbo, the 2 sensor, then I'll worry about that last. Okay, this thing's torqued down, set in place, the line is down. I didn't over tighten the line, I just tightened it. It's 19 millimeter there, wrench, 19 millimeter there, 10 mil right here that holds the bracket in place. That's tightened up to the sensor. So now I am going to throw in the intake manifold because I needed to get this in. I'm sure I could have, yeah, would have been a pain in the, I had to get the line in because I got to get the manifold over top of it. I'm sure it would have been a little bit tight. So now I'm about to throw in the manifold. Intake manifold bolts, 18 pounds, 12 mil. And then I had to make sure this bracket was in place because they do come out, as you can see, it's right there. And then I'm gonna bolt in the throttle body. All right, so put the intake back on, the piping, the throttle body, the hoses. I had to put the hoses on. After I put the top part, I started assembling everything else. So I did the housing, the bolt in the back, the 10. I gotta connect that hose that's down here. The 12 millimeter bolts that are there. I connected the hose, the two hoses, coolant hoses, to the heater core. This bracket, the intake. So what I did was I threw the intake on first, then the piping. I'm sorry, the intake all the way across, then the bracket. I connected everything else that was behind it. All you gotta do is just, wherever the harness falls back on is where you're gonna basically connect everything back to it. Like this right here, this bracket here connects to right here, right? Then this is gonna connect here. Then this sensor is gonna be connected right here. I gotta tighten this up. Gotta loosen it up. Pretty much that's it. I also had to run the other side of the evap back here, which it came with a bracket for this side, for the other hose back here. It has a little L-shaped bracket where this hose connects to. Just goes back to the evap. It's a little tube. Connected that up. Connected bolted up this right here. The bracket for the coolant line, coolant hoses. Throttle body connector that's attached with this one here. This is gonna basically fall in place. This is over here. It's gonna follow where it goes. This is gonna connect here. This will connect up here, and so forth. So I'm basically throwing this hole back in, because I'm not gonna need to use. I can hold this up for the timing. I don't need this all apart. I can throw all this back on. The only thing that I need clear is this side here, and the valve cover. Pretty much the vacuum lines that go across, right? There's a valve cover that sits on top of the valve cover. This sits on this side. That's one across still. That goes here. That's one across. This over here still. The harness is not really all the way on. So now I can connect everything else on this side. I can even throw the battery back in too. But yeah, it's coming along. Sweet. Pretty good for not knowing what the hell I was doing with this. The head is back on. I just got to do the timing chain. And yeah, put the cover back on. The valve cover, I got to clean that joint up. Yeah. Coming along. I'm almost done with this side of the engine. Okay, next day. Bolted up the turbo, put the heat shield on, put this piece back on, the heat shield, the cowl or valance, whatever it's called. Put this bracket back on. Connected the O2 sensor. I think that was yesterday though. All that's left is just, I'm doing the timing now. Trying to find whatever I could that'll fit in here so the cams kind of stay aligned, but I do have a wrench. It's a 24, just in case I need to align anything when I throw the chain on. I put the left side timing chain guide on. and I put the right one on. Just one bolt so I could have some slack so I can move it around when I put the chain on if I need to. Reason the chain. It looks to be fine. I know most of you guys will be like, oh, you should replace this, this, and this. It's my car. It's okay. Everybody has their own opinion. I understand. It is what it is. It looked good. It's fine. It didn't look stretched or anything. I had no issues with it. After this is done, the timing cover and all that, the timing, I will be putting this side, this part. Actually, no, I'll do that. I have to go get a new serpentine belt, so I'll be getting the serpentine belt. Put all the accessories on this side. Then I'll finish up with the valve cover and the harness and all that, because it just swings over basically. So I gotta put that bracket back on onto the manifold, which I have access to even if the cover, valve cover was on. So yeah, that's all that's left. Okay, timing mark, or the timing. So this is just to hold the cams in place. So the timing is done. I did the 3 on the one side, the center one on the dot that's on the camshaft, where the arrow is right there, and then this one, the arrow, that was another dot with the 2 gold-plated chain links, and then the bottom was 1 gold-plated chain link with a little mark on the actual sprocket. Looks like this. Just like this on the bottom. The gold link would go there, the single gold link, onto this one here. There's a mark, so you can see behind it when the chain is around it. But yeah, so that was okay. Well, there's the gold chain links right there. The 2's right here. So 2 go here, the 3 go here. That goes in the center of the 3. And the 2 the center, but that goes in the center of the 2. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. So now I'm about to do the timing cover. And then just wrap this whole thing up now. Alright, so I realized I didn't make an outro video when I was in the head gasket job for the Accord. Now, the reason why I went ahead and replaced the gasket was misfiring. At startup, it'd go away. Coolant was missing in the radiator. No leak, no signs of any leaks. Heard some noise coming from the, I guess it'd be the heater core, like air pockets maybe. And before it got any worse, I just went ahead and the engine does have the car has 155,000 miles on it, so, and it was giving all the symptoms. I didn't do the combustion tester thing, but I just went with my gut and my experience, and I just replaced it, and it wasn't too bad. It was a little intimidating at first, just because I haven't messed with one of these in a while. Well, these engines at all whatsoever, and but I do have some experience in the mechanical field, so, or the car mechanical field. So I went ahead and did it. But yeah. So that's it for that. Now this head gasket job, it goes somewhat the same way for the C1, which is like a Type R. C2, like the base Civic non-turbo 2.0 dual overhead K20c2. The 3, that's in like Europe or Japan. The 4, which is the Accord. But yeah, that's all I wanted. I needed to film my outro. But if you have any questions, let me know. But yeah, those are the reasons why I did the head gasket job. The bubbling noise, missing coolant, and misfire. Ciao.